Hello, everyone. Okay, welcome back to Wings Quest 5. We are done in the town. In fact, we're almost done here in Serenia. We're just about to leave this starting area. And this is where the game becomes completely linear. So up till this point, we've been on kind of this grid where we can keep going back and forth and revisit places where we've been. But we're about to go into the mountains, and then the game will become linear, and we can't go back to places that we've been after that. So there's just one place that we need to finish off some business, and it was this place, the Swarthy Hog Inn, where we got killed last time. I don't know what kind of inn this is where they kill their guests. It seems like they wouldn't get much repeat business that way. But anyway, now we are ready to go in here again. Cedric doesn't like that place. Cedric has good instincts. Let's go ahead and repeat the scene. So I'm not going to read this again because it's the same as last time. Rub him out. Somebody pointed out that it sounds a bit dirty. That is true, but now this is where the game ended last time, but
I told you I'd repay your kindness when you saved me from that horrible cat. Good luck, friend.
that was always just comedy for me as a kid. The way the rat just like some kind of power tool, just the way the rat cuts through the ropes. So yeah, if you want to survive this place, you need to have saved the rat from the cat, and then obviously the rat will save you here. So yeah, so we're in the Country Inn's dusty, dirty cellar, and what do we need to do here? Well, not much. There's not much that we can actually do here. There is a rat hole, but we can't actually get inside the rat hole or get something from the rat hole. But what we do need is this rope on the floor. Now, a good strong rope is a handy item to have, that is true. You might think, okay, if this rope was tied around Graham, and if the rat just kind of cut through the ropes the way it did, this rope would not be in one long piece like this. It would just be like several short little lengths of rope, wouldn't it? In real life, yes, it would be, but it's a game. Don't overthink it. Okay, let's get out of here. Oh, a rusty padlock on the door keeps Graham locked in. Well, what can we do about a padlock? We can break the door down with the sled. Well, I don't want to unlock the padlock on the door. I want to break the door down. Yeah, so we don't have a key. We can't. This key won't work, obviously, because it's the wrong key. Yeah, the key won't fit this lock. So what you do is you use the hammer on the door. Using the cobbler's hammer, Graham pounds on the rusty padlock until it breaks apart. There we go, and now we can get out. So we're here in the kitchen. It's rather sparse and untidy. I guess the moral of this game is that people with untidy kitchens are murderers and thieves and organized criminals. So that's the lesson. If you see somebody with an untidy kitchen, just call the police right away. So let's see. There's not much here. The sound of several men talking and laughing floats through this door, so you don't want to go back here. This takes us back to the lobby where we got killed last time. Yeah, this door leads outside, but don't just make a beeline outside. That would be a huge mistake. You want to make sure that you check this kitchen cupboard before you leave. Ah, a large juicy leg of lamb. It is very important to get the savory leg of lamb. Now we can leave. Graham locks the kitchen door before going outside. And that's it. So that's why we needed to go into the inn. We needed to get the rope and the leg of lamb. And yeah. And again, the rope is actually usable. It's not just in tatters like it would be in real life. Okay, that's it. That was the last place we needed to go. I think we are now really and truly done here. We can... It's time to go to the mountains. So goodbye, Serenia. It was nice being here. It's a very nice place. But yeah, now the real adventure begins. Now the long journey begins. So I'd say we're about halfway through the game at this point, and yeah, this is where the actual traveling journey begins. This is where the game's environments become progressively less hospitable. So you start off here a few hours later after a long mountain climb. Graham begins to shiver at the sudden drop in temperature. So yeah, so Graham will walk around like this for a little bit. He'll go for a while just walking around like this, hunched over and cold. But obviously he will die of cold soon if we don't do something about that. So let's go ahead and put the cloak on him. Graham dons his cloak for warmth in the snowy mountains. All right, there we go. So that was the first thing we need to do. And we need to get around this little bend in the mountain, or in the mountain path. Come on, there we go. All right, so what do we have here? Looking upwards, Graham can see a snowy ledge above the icy cliff next to him. So there's a rock overhang here, and the remains of an old tree poking out from the mountainside near an upper ledge. So let's go ahead and save here. So yeah, if you kind of glance at this scene briefly, you might think, hey, let's toss this rope on that branch there. It looks like a good thing to throw the rope on, yeah? Sure, let's try that. Ooh, be careful, Graham. They couldn't think of a clever message for that. Thanks for playing King's Quest V. Alright, so yeah, so it's not really rocket science. What we need to do here is not throw it at the tree branch because that'll break. It doesn't support Graham's weight. You throw it at this thing. Really? I don't even remember having to put in the copy protection codes at this part. And what's the point really of having the copy protection at several different points throughout the game? Because really, if you did them once, then obviously you must have the codes. Like, it's not gonna make the person any less likely to have pirated the game if you have to do the codes several times. I don't know, man. I don't get it. Anyway, all right. So what do we have here? So we have this sort of a line with a like a curved line above it. That is an R. All right. What do we have next? We have like a circle with four kind of semicircle-y things on the four corners of the circle because circles have corners. A rectangle with which is divided into quarters, kind of. That's a W. And finally, a looks like a letter U with 6 trumpets mounted on it. That is an L. I got an L. What do you mean incorrect? Please try again. Maybe you're incorrect. Please try again. Hold on. What did I get wrong? Oh wait, wait, what? Okay, so that rectangle divided into quarters could have been oh, I see. I think I have a okay, let's try this again. All right, so that thingy, I'm pretty sure that's an R. Okay, that thing that looks like an M and then what is that, an R? It looks like kind of like MR. That, I believe, is a U. I'm just realizing some of these symbols are very similar to each other, so I think I need to look a little more carefully. That thing with that thing that looks like that, that's a D, I believe. And then the last one looks very similar to the previous one, but see, it doesn't, like, it's not exactly the same. They look the same, but they are different. So wait, that could be an L or it could be a V, but I think I'll say it looks more like an L, perhaps, possibly, maybe. Let's try L again. What? Okay, I think if I get it wrong, if I get it wrong a third time, I think I'm just going to die, right? Yeah. He throws it in the wrong place. Graham's aim is not very good. He gonna get himself killed. All right, let's try that again. Okay, yeah. So, oh yeah, because you have to be careful. There's like a thick-lined version of this, and then there's a thin-lined version of that. So let's try this again. What's the thick-lined version? So the thick-lined version is a Y, and then the thin line version is an F. So we're going to have a Y, and then we're going to have an F in a moment, but first let's do the thin line version of the other. So this is a W, I believe. Then we have an F, and then the last one there is, what is that? That looks like a, I'm going to say that is an E. E for effort. Yes, all right. Graham notices his stomach beginning to rumble with hunger from the exertion of the mountain climb. So, we can actually... Let's go ahead and save the game again. I just want to show you what happens if you don't... I mean, obviously what you need to do is eat. We don't want to eat the pie. The pie will be used for something later. What you do want to eat is this leg of lamb. But let's actually see what happens if we don't eat it. I'm just curious. Ooh, be careful, Graham. All right. So we have obviously this is actually a waterfall, but there are rock outcroppings protruding from it. So can we just walk onto them? No, stay away from the edge. Okay. That's clearly not the way to do it. Now, the way you do that is you use the hand cursor. You can't just walk onto those outcroppings. You have to use the hand cursor to click on them. Now, the puzzle is... Puzzle in quotation marks. What do you... which outcroppings do you use? Well, you can't jump directly onto these. So okay, you do it logically. You start here. Do be careful, Graham. All right, so now which of these looks more solid? It's kind of a 50-50 choice. You kind of have to just kind of guess. Let's try this one. All right, and then I guess this one. Whoops. Okay, that one was not very solid. Whoops, that was a fatal step, yes. All right, so... Actually, that's odd. I seem to recall... Let me just try this here, because I thought that... Oh, is it maybe random? Because I seem to recall it being the ones on the back. Like, you go to this one, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one. But last time it also let me jump onto this one. So maybe it's kind of random? Yeah. All right, there we go. Okay, so it... there we go. You walk across that log. Help me, Graham! Help me! Cedric! All right. Graham's hunger grows acute. Without food, he may soon die. We turn down that last meal at home. Okay, yeah. And actually, while we're showing ways to die in the mountains, let's just go ahead and see. I'm not really a sadist, but I just want to show the different ways to die in the game. So let's just get Graham into the mountains without the cloak. So let's actually have him not wear the cloak. Can you wear the cloak ahead of time? I don't think you can. You can't just put it on here before the journey. Yeah, here the air is too warm to be wearing heavy outer garments. I mean, logically you'd put it on somewhere between here and here. But no, at this point suddenly you need to put on the cloak. All right, so I'll just go ahead and say what happens if we don't put on the cloak and just keep going. It's a little precarious with the walk cursor. I mean, I know I could use that travel cursor, but I don't want to be a weenie and just have the game do everything for me automatically. All right, so Graham's kind of hunched over in discomfort. Graham begins to shiver violently at the extreme cold of these upper reaches, and his hands and face begin to numb. He can barely muster the strength to go on. So wait, the cloak doesn't cover his hands and face. So how does it protect him if, I mean, it covers his body. I mean, yeah, it keeps warmth close to your torso, but it doesn't cover his hands and face. So, all right. How does it feel to be a popsicle, Graham? Alright. Alright, okay, so let's do this properly. So we eat the leg of lamb. Graham finds the leg of lamb a bit tough but tasty enough. Filling up quickly, he saves the other half for later. Okay, so now we have a half a leg of lamb. This is a leftover half leg of lamb. All right, fair enough. So Graham's full already. I guess that lamb was pretty filling. Now we go ahead and we jump across these rocks here, these rock outcroppings. So it looks like, yeah, it looks like that's okay. All right. So is this the only one that kills you? This one here in the middle? Maybe? I don't know. All right. So this is the point where Cedric gets kidnapped or owl-napped. And yeah, let's go ahead and save here. And Cedric got owl-napped. Let's explore what we find down down here. All right. So, need to be. Whoops. I was just going to say you need to be very careful on this path. I clearly was not sufficiently careful. So let's try that again. I'm pretty sure I did not click on a point off the path. Hello? It appears that the game has frozen on me. I don't remember the game being this glitchy. I really do not. I really don't remember the game crashing this much on me when I actually when I had it. I wonder that's I wonder why that happens. That's annoying. Okay, well, let's go ahead and rerun DOSBox. Sorry, folks. It's kind of a bummer. Particularly since this means we have to sit through that opening again, that intro. This intro is really I mean, that intro's nice, but it's kind of, after you've seen it a couple of times, you get tired of it. And over the years, I always said, you know, like whenever I felt like playing this game, I thought, nah, but then I'd have to sit through that intro again. That takes too long. I would have no more desire to play the game by the time the intro finished, because it just takes that long. All right, so let's try this again. Actually, you don't. I mean, those of you who have played the game know that you don't actually need to walk down this path. The reason I'm doing this is just to show what happens if you do so. You don't even need to do what I'm doing here. You can actually just go ahead and bypass this entirely. But I have to have my fun as well. What? Okay. That doesn't look like a, that does not look like a gap there that you can dive from. It's kind of hard to tell. I mean, a lot of people might see this and just think, okay, of course you have to, you know, these sort of walking puzzles. I mean, they were common in Sierra games, right? Like the original King's Quest had a bunch of staircases that you could, that you had to navigate. Other games had similar puzzles. Again, let's put puzzles in quotation marks. Oh, come on, man, really? That's okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and use this travel cursor. Let's see if this makes a difference, because I don't want to waste too much time here. This is totally pointless. I'm just doing this. Okay, can I walk? Will he actually? Yeah, he will. Okay, he'll actually walk here and avoid the... Okay, that's fine. So let's go ahead and... Yeah, that thing will not support Graham's weight. So we can't just walk that path. So what can we do? Well, logically, this is where you use the sled. Let me just actually see. I don't think you can use the sled from down here, can you? And basically you just... I think you need a little bit of upward or downward, actually downward momentum, right? Yeah, you can't just... Yeah, exactly. Perhaps with some momentum, Graham could use this across the crevice. So, okay, so let's go back up here. Can I climb? There we go. Yes, I can. All right. All right, let's use some momentum from this drop here. Drat, my sled is broken.
I broke my Wookiee.
Let's pick up the pieces of the sled. The broken sled is now no good to anybody. Well, come on. I mean, maybe it's... All right, whatever. Let's move on. Oh, yeah, this eagle. Aw. When I was a kid, I felt so sorry for this eagle and the way that it makes that sound. It's just so pitiful. A shivering eagle perches weakly upon a small rock. Despite his own problems, Graham's heart goes out to the poor thing. Graham would like to help him, but how? Aww. What's wrong, Mr. Eagle?
I'm so weak from hunger. I haven't been able to catch any food for days. I can barely fly anymore.
Maybe you shouldn't be out here in the icy mountains where there's not much to catch. I'd love to help you. Let me see what I can do.
Thank you. I need food.
I don't think birds cough, do they? I'm a little skeptical that birds cough, but okay, birds don't talk either, so what do I know? Well, yeah, Graham has that, he ate that white snake, which lets him talk to animals, so I guess that's the magic of the game. So what you're supposed to do, obviously, is give the bird the half leg of lamb. Here, take this. Perhaps it will help you.
You are a kind man to share your meager food with a poor bird, especially up here in the snowy mountains.
Well, I couldn't just stand there and let you starve to death. What kind of person would I be?
You have shown yourself to be a kind, compassionate man, and I will not forget what you did for me. Goodbye, dear friend.
Aw. Just like that sound the bird makes. It's so cute. Yeah, you do need to do that. That's definitely something you need to do. It's another one of those acts of animal kindness which will save your bacon later. So I'll go ahead and save the game here because we're getting into a situation now which could be dangerous, going inside this structure here. Ooh, 2 wolves. I like how Graham puts up his hands like somebody pointed a gun at him, like, hands up.
I am Queen Isabella, and you have entered my domain now. I command you to kneel before me.
Ooh, I like an assertive lady.
Since both you and your friend over there...
There's Cedric, in case you didn't notice.
...have so thoughtlessly invaded my territory without my permission or knowledge, I have decided you shall both be put to death. Take him away, my pets.
Ma'am, this isn't very good hospitality, to be honest with you. This isn't what I came here for. It's not a pretty sight. Like how they just sort of summarize it does. Remember in Space Quest 3 where you fall into that grinder at the beginning, and even Space Quest, which has generally been pretty much go all out, even in Space Quest they said, yeah, it's not a pretty sight, and they just censored it. Okay, so what do we do here? I don't know how you're supposed to figure this out. I mean, it's not a super difficult puzzle. I mean, you might look in your inventory and say, well, what do I have here that might help? It's a little bit of a fantastical solution as well, because the solution is to play the harp. Now, in real life, you know, if you're a world-weary person and you've had experiences with being put to death or being sentenced to death, you might reasonably say, okay, who's going to change their mind because I played the harp for them? But remember, this is a family game, and in King's Quest, it's not a prison simulation. It's a fantasy, so things like this can happen. So we get this hold cursor, which means we can't walk, but we can use things in our inventory, including the harp. So let's go ahead and grab the harp, and bam.
Wait, my pets. That was very lovely music. I've never heard anything quite that beautiful before. I think I felt my heart melting just a little bit. Just enough, that is, to allow you a chance for your freedom. A vicious yeti has entered the area and taken up residence in my prized crystal cave. So far, I've been unable to extricate him from either the cave or my territory. If you can rid me of the yeti, I will release both you and your owl friend, and you two can continue on with your journey unhindered. You may rise now. I wish you luck in defeating the yeti. If you succeed, you will have my undying gratitude. Go with him, Sir Grey Wolf. Show him the way to the Crystal Cave. You may go now. Sir Grey Wolf will lead the way.
I like how Graham only dies when the second wolf gets to him. So the first wolf from the left reaches him first, and then you don't die until the second one gets to him, because the first one kind of waits until his friend can join in. Well, I guess that's why he's Sir Grey Wolf. He's a Sir because he's a very cultured and respectable wolf who doesn't just eat without waiting until everybody's seated at the table and ready for the meal to begin. So yeah, this is another precarious mountain path, but fortunately this scene is automated. You don't have to guide Graham along this precarious path. And yeah, in the voiced version of the game, you would be about to hear one of the most ridiculous voices of the game. I'm going to try to imitate it just for fun.
Yonder's the Crystal Cave. There you will find the Yeti.
I'm not even joking. He sounds like that in the CD-ROM voiced version of the game. All right. Well, what do we have here? We don't have much that could be used as a weapon. We have the hammer, which seems like it might not be a very good weapon against the Yeti. Maybe the magic wand. Ooh, the tambourine. Let's scare him away like we did with the snake. Let's go ahead and face our destiny. Or can we just run away? No. The large gray wolf stubbornly blocks Graham's passage back to the Ice Queen's palace. Graham's only option is to go toward a distant cave where the dreaded Yeti can be found. Alright folks, let's go and meet our maker, or at least the Yeti. You know what, I'm going to save again here because I'm probably going to die, and I don't want to have to keep walking along that path every time. So, hey Yeti.
The Yeti, run!
Graham could never overpower the huge Yeti. Excuse me, can we talk? I guess that's a no. What an abominable situation. Alright, that did not work. So, negotiations didn't work. Peace was never an option. So let's go in fighting. We'll use the hammer, that's right. Stop, hammer time. Come on, get the hammer, there we go. That won't help Graham fight the powerful Yeti. Well, what else do we have that we could use as a weapon? Let's cast a spell with the wand. Okay, the wand is not performing. Scare him with a tambourine. Oh, I didn't have time. Okay, it wouldn't work anyway. So what you need to do, for those of you who don't know, I mean, this is basically, the solution here is just click random things on the Yeti until something works. You take the pie. This is why you don't want to eat the pie, because otherwise you cannot get past this part. I mean, logical, right? That's the logical solution. Somebody runs up to you with murderous intent, you throw a pie in their face. That's exactly what you do. Well, that's what you do in this game. All right. All right, I think that's enough for now. This has been more of King's Quest V. Next time, obviously, we'll explore inside the cave. Spoiler, there's not much to see there except what you can already see here. And yeah, we will continue Graham's long and perilous journey to recover his castle and his family, and I guess that's really it. Pretty much just the castle and the family. Nothing really, I mean, nothing really important. Just his castle and his family, you know, just kind of stretch goal stuff. Okay, I'll see you next time, folks. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.